Welcome to a special fusion episode of the Bacchanal podcast featuring Fantastic Frankie. How are you today? How are you?
I'm good. I'm in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Trying my best to survive.
So you're out in New York. So how's that
Yeah.
going on right now?
I'm in
with
the
whole...
epicenter. I'm actually blessed because I have a type of job where I can work completely remote. So I haven't left my crib in a very long time, unless it's necessary for groceries. The one thing I am saying, it's like Chernobyl out here. So, we're all ordering stuff. And if you don't get your stuff, the minute they deliver it, people take it from you. So,
I'm in
just
North
fighting
Carolina. I'm in the South, and it's I pay my taxes. I got my guns. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. There's no social distancing. There's people having Corona parties across the street. A couple of Mexicans across the street, they had a get together. They had Corona beers. They had everything going. Walmart is a war zone pretty much. They count each person that comes in when you first open, but after that it's like opening the floodgates. They're just busting in, man.
Nah, New York's not playing. At this point, it's really strict. So if I go to the grocery store, they count 15 people who come in, and it's like the club. They got somebody at the door, and then you can't come in until someone leaves. If it's two of you, you gotta wait for two people to leave. Everyone is wearing masks now. And gloves. A lot of people are wearing gloves now, especially like this week is like the serious
But you
week.
could cross-contaminate things with those gloves, though. Unless you're squirting like hand sanitizer on your glove, you're touching one thing with Corona, then you're touching your food. Some people I see like touching their face still with their gloves. With their gloves on.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's safer, but it's very interesting. I wonder how culture is going to be when this is all over. Like, if anyone has a cold, automatically are they going to wear a mask? I wonder if fashion masks are good, because we already see that in other cultures where, like, if I have a cold, if I'm sick, I would wear a face mask to be respectful to you. So I wonder if that's how we're gonna, and I hope that's a trend that we'll move towards, because it's gonna significantly reduce the amount of people who get colds.
As a black man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm loving it because I could go to a gas station with a mask on, and it's not a big deal. Like, they don't think I'm robbing the place. I'm just buying a White Claw.
I live in Brooklyn, so everybody black out here. Actually, I'm lying. I'm in a hipster part of Brooklyn.
You're not on Flatbush. You're not on Avenue I.
I'm on Flatbush, but I'm on Flatbush by Prospect Park.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's not like old Flatbush. It's like it's like people with dogs who wear shoes.
They gentrified the hell out of Flatbush last time I was there. I went to the Target. I was just like, this ain't the Flatbush I know.
But you know why? It's because like they're moving out here and there's stores everywhere. So it's like, oh, this is where I want to move,
So let's let people know what the topic at hand is. We're going to be discussing the whole Ezra Miller choking incident that just occurred.
Yes.
I got some information on Ezra Miller. I'm not sure what you know about him, but do you want to watch the incident and then start talking about it, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, run that clip, yo.
Let me pull that up. Now I have a clip where it kind of has it on a repeat where they show it several times.
So let's do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and do
I hope it's in different angles too.
I think they only have one angle for it, but we will see. Let me do an optimized screen share. Can you see that?
It still say you're sharing.
Can you see it now? All right, I'm going to take the optimize feature off because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, let me take that off. Now you should be able to see it, right?
Yeah, there you
go. All right.
Is that the deal? Whoa, bro. Fight? You want to learn it?
In flip-flops. In flip-flops.
Whoa, bro. Fight? You want to learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
I don't know. Like, it came off like he was joking.
Whoa, bro.
But then he just like went 0 to 100.
Well, this is the thing too. So I was reading that she came up smiling to him, like, "Yo, what's up, Ezra?" Like she knew him. And I can understand like that's jarring if you're not famous, right? Like, where I know you from?
Yeah.
But like he should be used to that. I do have to say he knows who to try because he would never try to yoke me up. I can say with confidence that Ezra Miller would never in his life try to yoke up someone like me in the streets. You
When
know
I
what I'm
first saw
saying?
the
Like,
video, I thought it was
got
a
his flip
woman. I
flops
didn't know it was
on.
Ezra Miller. I was like, oh, this Asian woman out here just choking out people. I didn't know what was going on. Because he looked like
He
somebody's
does
auntie.
resemble.
When,
He
when
always look
Kanye
like
West said,
somebody's auntie
he
though.
does. Like when Kanye West said, I got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson, he was talking about Ezra Miller.
Ezra, he was definitely talking about Ezra Miller.
So
Absolutely.
Ezra put those gender-neutral hands around that woman's neck and took her to the floor.
Not the gender neutral. And you know what I thought about the second that I saw it? I was like, we ain't never gonna get that Flash movie, yo.
Hell no.
Is that bad? Like immediately I was like, yo,
But do you
DC.
still want that Flash movie?
Like before he choked out this chick?
Yeah, I don't think here's my problem. I always had the issues with Ezra Miller. Are you familiar with the Darren Wilson documentary / short film that he was working on?
No, I haven't seen
Oh, let me open the floodgates. So,
it.
with the whole situation when Michael Brown got choked out, Ezra Miller thought it would be cool to do like a short film that basically showed sympathy to the officer that
Who
choked out
took
Michael Brown.
and
Now
you know, he's one of those people who's like into labels and stuff, right? Like
yeah.
he's non-gender conforming, call me they, blah 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 blah, right? I'm not saying that that's blah blah blah. I'm saying like he's asking for acceptance and understanding, and then he doesn't want to extend that to us, which is weird.
Now, to this extent, he was saying that that wasn't the intent of his video. It's on it's on YouTube if you want to look it up. But how the documentary short film works? It's 4 minutes, and it's Darren Wilson's an actor portraying Darren Wilson. It's him getting interviewed, and he's like flustered, and that's basically it. And then it just ends abruptly. So I'm like, what's the intent of that? Like, are you trying to show that he's a liar, or that you support him, or you don't support him? It just seems like he does things just to rub people the wrong way to get a reaction.
Yeah, and I mean, his parents are famous as well, right? Like he comes from money or something
I
like
believe
that.
so.
I feel like it could be some of that too. Like reality may not be his thing. Like when you're raised and you're rich on that level, you never have to work and you're doing things by how you feel. For some people, they interpret that as I can bend reality to my will. And that may be him. Like he doesn't know what's real, what's not. And it shows, man. But I didn't mind him, personally, I didn't mind him as the Flash. I thought he was cool. I thought his character on Fantastic Beasts was cool. It was okay. And initially, when I was introduced to him as an actor, it was on some like meaningful tip. So then to hear that like he's not as, I want to say, woke as he portrays himself is disheartening.
I just feel like he's a problematic person. Even when he's at the different cons and they're trying to do, I guess, like the interviews with the different actors, he's always in some type of cosplay during the interviews. And a lot of the interviewers feel like that's distracting to the other interviewers and the other guests who are there, because he's always in some type of like cosplay that has nothing to do with the film that he's in. Like he might be in the Flash movie and he might be dressed like Super Mario at the press conference. Like
I don't like that. And it always gets me upset when I see how, I get it could be tiring doing like marketing and promotion, but like people, there's some actors who get really pissed off and are really rude to these reporters. And I'm like, yo, you got paid, let's say 10-15 million dollars to work for 3 weeks and then do a week and a half of marketing, right? Get over yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He was somewhere
sit
random
down.
too, like Iceland.
It's weird.
Just
It's
choking
weird.
people out, man. What are you doing?
In Iceland, I mean, because you can't choke an American.
No.
First of all, it's 50% chance they got the Thule, right?
Yep.
And then if you don't know, even white women, white women will cut you. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't be
Out
choking out
here
no
in
woman,
America.
man. Like, you can identify as gender neutral, but the minute you choke a white woman, they label you a man. Black people,
You're initially.
black men, you don't have that privilege of being gender neutral when you choke a white woman. They're gonna put black man chokes woman, ...
We all gonna find out his ethnicity very soon.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna come up.
Black, all caps, black man.
We gonna find out real soon. I don't know. I don't know where he gets off. One, I don't think he's that big of a celebrity either.
No.
You know, like he does a lot of indie work, and even though he did a DC movie, that's not as a big a title as doing like a Marvel movie. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that he came to CW and did that the whole Flash, not the Flashpoint, it was the
Yeah, he did he did like
cameo.
a cameo. Yeah, I did appreciate that. But also like what else he got to do?
You know who really got screwed over with Justice League? That Ray Fisher guy that did Cyborg. He put on all that body weight to get buff, and then they cut all the scenes where he's even human. So he's buff as hell, and then they CG his body the whole film. So he got swole for no reason.
Yo, it's never no reason to get swole. You know what I'm saying? Like he got swole for something himself.
To sit on the couch.
He got more bitches. Maybe a little bit more. He maybe got 10 instead of 7 now.
This man has been walking around with a Borg Life shirt, really pushing the Cyborg movie. That's canceled. So he switches, his interest. He starts pushing hard for Bernie Sanders to get elected. You saw how that happened. That's done. So what's he doing? He a swole nigga with no job in the Borg Life shirt.
He may as well just. I would start doing bodybuilding competitions.
I'll tell you what. Do you want the Snyder Cut?
No, I did a full video on that too. I don't know why everybody's hyped about this Snyder Cut. He's 0-2, right? We didn't like his other 2 movies, so why would this third movie be better? And I mean, I know Joss Whedon changed a lot about it, but like, how much did he change?
I feel like every month, like Zack Snyder's like, oh, by the way, did you know that person in the background was really this person? But you ain't gonna find out until the Snyder Cut.
I really hope they do drop it, and I hope it's butt. I really do, and I cannot. If it is, I'm making a 1-hour video of me laughing hysterically. It's just gonna be me on a laugh. I may pee myself. I don't know. I just need it to be butt. Like now, for the sake of humanity, I need it to be bad. You know what I mean?
There's an old Comic-Con interview with Zack Snyder, and this is like before they started filming, and they're talking about Batman. He's like, you want to know about the edgy Batman? I'll tell you how edgy my Batman is. My Batman could get raped in the shower. That's how edgy my Batman's going to be. What the? Who wants to see Batman's cheeks getting clapped?
How is that even edgy?
What?
That I think people just think if I do something that's like totally out of the norm, that's edgy. An edgy Batman would be like a rated R thriller detective show, which I hope they're doing Robert Patterson.
Yeah.
But like that's edgy. Like Batman get his butt taken. Like
what? Like, why?
Why
like
is
who's taking the butt? First of all, is that Joker taking the butt? That could be interesting. That'd be a good feud.
I don't think he want to. Have you been watching the Harley Quinn show?
Yes, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I like it more than Birds of Prey. I said it.
Yeah, but to be fair, right? It's easier for a show to be better.
Yeah, it's episodic, so they could flesh out the characters more.
Right. Birds of Prey got 2 hours to tell a story that Harley Quinn has had 10 hours to tell.
I say make Harley bisexual. Don't hope they hinted at it in Birds of Prey. They're the little, the cartoon segment in the beginning where they show her different lovers. One of them is a girl, but I want that Poison Ivy Harley Quinn relationship. I'm sick of her and the Joker.
Even the director said if they clear a sequel, which I don't know if Margot Robbie would do a sequel, because she was just talking about it's a lot to take out of her, and then niggas are shitting on her all the time, you know? So I get it, but she said that she talked more about, like, if they did a sequel and they would do it on, like, her and Poison Ivy. Okay. But the issue was she wanted, what's her name? What's Johnny's that chick's last name?
Amber Heard.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Poison Ivy.
How's she playing two DC characters?
Why not?
And did she whoop his ass? That coincides with the whole...
She's about to go to jail. So
with that being said,
she cut off a piece of Johnny Depp's finger.
What?
And then she falsified information so he could get arrested for domestic violence, but then she got caught because she, like, blatantly lied about, like, events, and, like, her stylist and shit was, like, giving it up, like, yo, I was styling her hair on this day, we were on the red carpet, or blah 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 blah. So she about to go to jail.
So with the whole Ezra situation and her, they're trying to cancel Ezra. I'm not seeing that as much pushback on Amber Heard.
I think Amber. I don't think Ezra would be canceled. Amber is definitely gone. But I think they're going to be mad at Ezra. But even still, I don't see it being very loud.
Yeah, me either.
You know what I mean? Like, I've seen it, but it's not as loud as it could be. So I think he'll still, depending on DC. My bigger concern is that DC definitely missed the opportunity. Like, I mean, I know now nothing is releasing, but now Marvel is pushed back even 2 years, and they don't have nothing in the works. You know what I mean? And they didn't have anything in the works before. If I was on DC, I'd be working from home like crazy, getting concepts up.
Do some animated films. Perfect time.
Well, not even animated films. They could drop an animated film worldwide, right? Because we saw what Into the Universe, Spider-Verse did. Although that took like 4 years to make. But, you know, they could at least get concepts so that the minute that the stay-at-home order is up, they start filming, because it's like, yo, we don't have to compete with Marvel for at least, I don't know, 2 years. Why don't we set up our universe now? You know, because as much as people tried to shit on Harley Quinn, that's a good movie and a good character. And if they slowly start to build on characters like that, and then do a Justice League right way after following 5 character movies, I think something could come out of it.
I think that they shouldn't, just scrap everything. Like you see like a sandwich or something that has like a piece of mold on one part, but the rest of it's good. So you just cut that piece of mold out. I feel like that's what DC is doing.
If there's mold on your sandwich, you cut that out.
No, you cut the mold out and then you eat the rest. Eat the rest of the That's what DC has to do. They got to cut out what they can't use. I feel bad for Ray Fisher, but realistically, he's going to be gone. Ezra Miller, they can replace him. I'll be cool with like a Ryan Gosling Flash, blonde, older, more sophisticated. I would be cool if they got the actual Barry Allen, the one from the show. No, they can't do that. They can't cross-connect that TV money with movie money.
That's crazy. And I think that's where DC is messing up, because they have at this point like 3 platforms that I'm watching it. So they have their own streaming platform, and then they have CW, and then they have shit they drop on HBO, and then they have the cinematic universe, and they're all different. And versus Marvel, everything they drop is canon. Everything. You watch a cartoon, canon. You watch something on ABC, canon.
Except and Netflix.
Netflix was canon though, remember?
They were acting weird. They're like, that green guy, say that man's name.
No, but I get it though. Like
the guy
because
with the
they
hammer.
Didn't want it to be like it. But they would say the guy with the hammer, or they were talking about like the events in New York and stuff like that. So it was clear that at least, and then I think they talked about registering on one of those things. Jessica Jones, they talked about them registering, like, is she registered? You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
As
yeah,
a
from
superhero.
the
So
registration.
they're clearly canon, and they're not trying to associate on the same level. And I can appreciate that. Like, I don't want to talk about these big movies because then it's all about, even Agents of Shield. If you've ever seen that, they talk about like things from the movies, and the only time it really affected them was Captain America's
Civil War.
Civil War. No, not
No,
Civil
no,
War.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
only time and that's because it directly is Shield. And that was honestly what made the show.
They always
the
treated
show
Shield
was
like Marvel's redhead stepchild to me. Like they're just like,
but
yeah,
and it got
guys
so good because the first part until Winter Soldier happened, the first part of Shield, the show is so cheesy. And then the events of Shield happens. And then everything you've been watching, this campy, episodic, we're solving mysteries, right? Became a who the hell is on Hydra, right?
Yeah.
So then the second half of that first season is Hydra. And then from there they found out half these people are Inhumans. And then that becomes so then it starts to like really get good. They start to bring in some space stuff, and it really gets good. But because the first part of the first season is nobody acknowledges it.
I think they should do like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of like like the teen drama Miss Marvel TV series. I think that would work well.
They are. The Miss Marvel is going to be animated, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be animated or if it's going to be live action. I know they're doing live actions She-Hulk, but I think a Miss Marvel live action would work well if they could get cameos of like Brie Larson to show up because she fangirls over Miss Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. I really hope that they make She-Hulk a lot like Deadpool because like in a comic book she breaks the fourth wall a lot. She's funny and like witty and stuff like that. So when they had suggested that, what's her name from Community? I think her name is Allison Brie. That she be She-Hulk, and I was like, yo, that girl is 5 pounds. You need somebody at least get a tall actress. But I understood why they were considering her because she's funny and she has that like educated, smart wit about her.
She put on some weight though. She was in Glow.
In Glow.
Yeah,
but she's still small in Glow. Think about
CG.
That other girl. CG, that's a lot of CG. And it's gonna look fake because her face. So think of her co-star in Glow, with the huge titties. What's her name?
Is that the girl that's in the movie The Hunt?
Yes, the blonde one. I love her. She's an excellent actress, and I watched an interview about how because her titties are so huge and she's blonde, no one takes her seriously, which is true, right? So like she was filmed for a long time. She could only get jobs as like the bimbo and the wife and blah 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 blah. And she has like a lot of range, and she's just starting to get like those meteor roles because of like Glow and stuff like that. But I would
like
actually
a black
like
actor.
her.
Like a lot of black male actors are always like,
or black women.
We have black women are always like a pimp, or they have like lines like, "Oh man, I wish I had a dad, Billy. That sounds cool."
Now I remember her name is Betty Giplin. That's her name.
All right.
She's fine. But no, I remember seeing a video of these black actors talking about like their church praying for them to get the role of like Pimp Daddy. Number one.
They're gonna bring that pimp money to the community. I'm all for it.
But I mean, I'm starting to see that diversity now, and I'm really feeling it. And I like that Marvel is acknowledging like, yo, people of color are watching these shows, and if we start to include them in these things, then we'll really get to see the support of like Black Panther. So I really think they did that before. So that's one thing about like circling back to Ezra. I think that's where them not using him as much will start to come in because cancel culture is so strong.
Oh yeah.
And they're starting to realize that people want to be represented, and him assaulting a woman is now going to hinder their money because I'm like, should I watch this show? Because he assaulted that woman. You know what I mean? So well, even though it's not big now, they're gender neutral. Well, it's not big now, but I bet you it's going to come up once he starts promoting something.
Yeah, he has a Flash if they ever filmed that, but they also have Fantastic Beasts 3.
That's coming out later this year, no?
I don't know what's coming out this year now. I have no clue.
God knows.
It's
So
up in
I'm
the
like,
air.
yo, that's rude of them, right? Because if it was really about art, they drop it on like Prime and we could buy it for $20.
Yeah.
But they don't care about that. They care about numbers and stuff like that. And that makes me sad. Because even like Black Widow, Wonder Woman's being pushed to like November. I'm like, you notice what the movie done.
I'll
Drop
tell you
it.
the thing about Black Widow. I can't say that I'm interested. She's dead. I feel like they should have made this movie 10 years ago. And
I wasn't until I saw the last trailer. I really fuck with Hopper. I love that he got Brolic for he got Brolic for it. They have Taskmaster in it.
I think the black guy's gonna be Taskmaster and her love interest.
You think who?
There's a black actor. He's the guy from Handmaid's Tale. I don't know his name, but this is a British guy. He's
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's her love interest in the film. I'm like, he's Taskmaster.
I think it's going to be Rachel Weisz, her friend.
Oh.
Or Jeremy Renner, because he's in this movie. I think, because you know how they always say this is like Budapest, da 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 da. And it shows that they go to Budapest, so this is supposed to show what happened then or whatever. I think he was Taskmaster, and that's how he got recruited. He was Taskmaster working for S.H.I.E.L.D. They're going to do it that way, and then that's how he recruited her to like. If I
feel like this movie's like right after Civil War, though.
Yeah, but they're going to have flashbacks, no?
Allegedly, I guess so. I'm not interested. It's going to take like She-Hulk or somebody random showing up at the end being like, hey, Natasha, are you cool? We good? For me to be like, oh, shit, that person showed up. Oh, it's going to take a
I don't know.
moment.
See Robert Downey Jr. or Don as I don't even know, as Tony Stark. He's Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr. is such one. I forget which one is which. But seeing him come as Iron Man, knowing that he won't ever be Iron Man again, I think that will feel important.
He's dead. She's dead.
I know. That's what's so sad.
Dead.
But you know what? She had to fight. And this is another thing. I think the biggest reason why I don't want to watch it is because I don't like Scarlett Johansson. So, like, if I liked her more as an actor, like, if Black Panther died, right? If Chadwick Boseman character died in Infinity War, but then there's like, yo, we gonna talk about this Namor war he had 2 years back, we'd be all for it.
Yeah.
Right. We'd be all for it. But we don't fuck with her. We don't really fuck with her character, because, and that's not on her, that's on how they kind of wrote her. So we're not as excited. You know what I mean?
For a post-credit scene, I'm thinking for that movie that would really like get me amped would be Captain America going back to return the Soul Stone, and he catches her before she falls.
That would be fire. Oh,
that would be dope.
That would be fire. That and see, because it's Spider-Man Far From Home, not Far From Home. Yeah, Far From Home. Yep. That had one of what I think the best end credit scene I've ever seen. Next to Iron Man 1, where Samuel L. Jackson was like, I need to talk to you about the Avengers. That and the Far From Home are the best end credit scenes I've ever seen. That, you know, where it totally changes. It sets up a whole bunch of movies. It's not like something just tacked on. It was part of the story. And I just don't know how they're going to achieve that with this. You know what I mean?
It's going to have to take a killer end credit scene for me to be like, oh, okay, this is the direction Marvel's going, because I don't even know who the next villain could be. I would like to see somebody like Kang the Conqueror and maybe introduce the Fantastic Four.
Well, yeah. This is the thing. I don't get why they can't get Fantastic Four right, because it's such a good comic book and they have such great, like Dr. Doom is the shit. And I would love, and maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll introduce Dr. Doom and not with the Fantastic Four. And maybe they'll introduce it for another, you know,
maybe he shows up at the end of Black Widow.
Maybe.
That would be dope.
Doubt it though. But I'm thinking they're building the Sinister Six for sure. So there's that.
They got Morbius.
Morbius.
You got Tyrese and Jared Leto together. Black tie.
They said, yo, you know what Jared Leto needs? Tyrese.
He needs that tie. He needs black tie in his life.
Yo, there were people in a room who said, yo, Jared Leto, Tyrese, let's throw them together.
Right there. They saw that chemistry with Tyrese and Paul Walker, and they're like, we're gonna try to recreate that with vampires with Jared Leto. It's gonna be beautiful.
They're like, he knows how to hang around white people. They'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I'm really starting to think about it, because all the villains that are coming in my head are DC villains. Who's gonna be the leader of the Avengers from now on, right?
Captain Marvel.
This is another thing that they may do if we're lucky. So I know the Skrulls were introduced as not like villains, but more like refugees. Mm-hmm. But they may say like, yo, there's a bunch of other Skrulls that aren't refugees that are like fuckboys, and they maybe they'll do secret invasion.
So it'll be the Somalian pirate Skrulls. I see where you're going.
Maybe, if we're lucky. Right? Because even they hinted at secret invasion in Far From Home, but not really, because like that's his boy. You know what I mean? So like maybe they'll make the Eternals villains. That'd be fire.
That's another one I'm kind of on the fence with. I'm just like, nah.
Right, because they're Inhumans. They're Humans movies. Oh my god, I couldn't finish it. Yeah, it was a like TV movie show, so it was like a mini series. But yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with it. I know Namor finna be fire. Even though did they cast anyone for that?
No, I remember with Inhumans originally it was supposed to be Vin Diesel as Black Bolt. He was supposed to be doing double duty, doing the voice for Groot and then not talking at all as Black Bolt. But that fell through, and then it became.
Vin Diesel is 800. How is he?
He's Vin Diesel, man. He's bloodshot.
He's bloodshot. I'm really trying to think because all the villains that's coming out. That's the thing. Marvel villains to me, and that's why I don't understand how DC is lagging behind on this level. DC has the best villains, hands down. The only one who comes close, villains-wise, I think, is Spider-Man. Right? His list of villains.
Yeah, he has a good role.
Exactly. But maybe they'll introduce Magneto and he'll become a major villain. I don't know.
But the major problem with Marvel is they kill their villains. They're like, oh, you like this guy? Dead. Oh, you like Killmonger? Dead.
Some they don't. Loki didn't die.
Man, Loki.
It took
Loki got that white privilege,
10 movies to kill. It took 10 movies to kill Thanos. Technically, Nebula was a villain until she wasn't. So she was a villain for like a movie and a half. And I forgot about it. Her transformation was so good. I forgot about it until I watched Infinity War, and kudos to that actor, because she was so different when it was the old Nebula versus the new Nebula. The same for Zoe Saldana. When it showed old Gamora and new one, I was like, yo, shout out to y'all.
So,
but yeah.
You want to do a 360 and get back to the main topic and wrap everything up real nice in the bow?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so with Ezra Miller, let's go back to that. I don't think he's going to be canceled. I think he's going to get some backlash. DC moving forward, I think they should take a step back, see what they could salvage, and just focus on making really dope individual films before building a universe.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think they have the opportunity to make dope films. I think they have a lot of characters that they don't even touch upon. And they need to start building on that, starting with Wonder Woman. I think they should scrap everything but Wonder Woman. Bring Cheetah.
You don't like Aqua Bro?
Nah.
I like Aqua Bro.
Like Aquaman, even at his best, he's just stupid to me. I always thought he was a
man talks to fishes. He does his best, man. He's trying to take care of his community.
he's a hydro person.
Yeah,
I
man.
think they should also do more movies on their villains. Like, and I don't know why movies are scared of doing this. And the Joker already showed it. But I think they should do standalone movies only on the villains. And the villains winning. You know what I mean? Like,
Two-Face would be a dope movie.
Two-Face would be a dope movie.
Gangsta-ass film.
Doctor Doom would be a dope movie. I think Galactus. Oh, that's something else. But
Mr. Freeze would be some sad.
Mr. Freeze. There's
crying at that
so
movie.
many. So many. They got just so many good villains. Even like Cheetah, I think she's a good villain. Vixen is not a villain, but there's so many characters, and they're showing it on their TV shows that they acknowledge it. And I think they just need to kind of take a book from their TV shows and their animated series and start to
translate that to their live action.
Exactly.
Their casting's kind of making me weary. Like, they have Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. Don't know how I feel about that, but I got
Kristen Wiig. Oh, yeah. Is that who Kristen Wiig is?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, she's Cheetah.
I love her, but that just got me tight. First of all, I've been waiting. I think Cheetah should be Latina.
I wanted a fiery Latina too.
I think Kristen Wiig is the whitest of white women. I love her. I love her, but damn, I didn't realize that. Fuck. You're right. You're right.
I ruined your day. I'm sorry.
You just got me tight, bro. Oh my God. It's
video
Friday,
on it. The Cheetah video.
I'm going to do it right before Wonder Woman drop. I can't even talk about her right now because it's going to
Before I let you go, one thing. I got to get this off my chest. I don't watch anime. I stopped watching anime since 2007. I want to start back, but I don't know where.
All right. So, what are you thinking? You want action or you want
I tried doing
thriller?
My Hero Academia. I'm on season 2. Now, here's the catch. I got to do dub. Because I watch with a 4-year-old, and I ain't trying to read all that out for him because he's trying to get into it, and he can't read yet. He's 4 years old, and he's trying.
There's a couple of good stuff. I'm trying to think because also the 4-year-old. I like more gory stuff. There's one anime I love and I always recommend, but it's only sub, but it's 12 episodes. It's called.
I'll do some subs by myself, but I also want to do. Stuff I can
something
watch with him.
them.
Yeah, with him.
Yeah,
as well.
so I would say something you can watch with both of them. That's dub is Black Clover. Okay. And it has a little bit of a slow start, but once it picks up, it gets really good. But everything else I watch is kind of grown. So like The Promised Neverland.
When he goes
The Promised Neverland, The Promised Neverland, hands down, is really good. I don't know how you feel about this one. Vinland Saga. It's on Amazon Prime, but it is sub. It's like a Viking one. That's pretty good. Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
No, the last anime I watched was Devil Man.
Oh, Crybaby. Yeah. So Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is all dub and it's all on Netflix. Okay. And it's lit, start to finish. It's like a political, military, sci-fi shonen, and it's fuego.
And then
but make sure it's Brotherhood, not the original.
Okay, so Brotherhood. What else did I watch? I watched. There's an app called, I think it's called like Retrograde or Retrogrand, and that has all these old animes for free from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I started back watching Ronin Warriors.
Oh, I need to start. There's a show called Golden Boy. I heard it's hilarious. Also Yu Yu Hakusho. If you've never seen it, it's definitely something to get back into. And that's fully dubbed on Hulu as well.
All right, I tried to do Cowboy Bebop when I was younger, and I couldn't get into it. So I'm gonna try it again now that I'm stuck at home.
Oh yes, and that's fully dubbed, and to me, one of the best dubbed animes in history, if I'm being honest. And Cowboy Bebop is short; it's only like 24 episodes, like the complete series, and the fight scenes are like it's karate, it's full on martial arts, and he's fucking up people with brooms, and it's all like he doesn't have power. He has that Bruce Lee like shift of powers. Yes, it's incredible. That's why I was totally shocked that they cast Kumar, Harold from Harold and Kumar to be him. It wasn't because he's Asian, because if they cast that guy for
It's that
Warriors
swag though, man. It's that swag.
yeah, he don't got swag. So I was like,
here's the thing about Bruce Lee. I saw a meme. That it was a picture with him. He had a bottle of Henny. That's why he was fucking so much people up. He was off that Henny the whole time.
He was all that brown.
He was all that brown,
bro.
He was all that brown.
That brown. He around black people too, so he caught a fade or two and was like, I could extend this.
He was on that brown, so I was like, that's why he was wilding down the end of the dragon. He was off that Henny.
Yeah, well, that's the same for if you look at old pictures of Jackie Chan, he was a wild boy, fishnet shirts. He was out here wild boy. So like, that's what you need. You need a little bit. You need a little bit of spice in there to make you a good martial artist. You know what I'm saying?
Sure is. Well, it's great having you. This is our joint episode. Any last thoughts you have on here, Frankie?
Yeah. Yo, DC, put out movies, and we need to talk about Kristen Wiig because I'm tight now.
You'll be all right. You still gonna see it.
I'm gonna still watch it. I ain't gonna front.
All right, let people know where they can reach you. Instagram, plug everything.
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Fantastic Frankie. That's FRANKEY. Or you can find me on Twitter at Fanboy Fighter. It's where I drop some spice nuggets here and there.
Off virgins all day.
All day. That's my mission statement.
And I'm Akil. I'm with the Bacchanal podcast. Again, that's the Bacchanal, BACCHANAL podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook. We got a new Facebook group page that's pretty damn ratchet called the Bacchanal fan page. So definitely jump on there. It's an 18 and up fan page. We get a little wild there sometimes. So definitely check that out. And that's it for me. Akil with the Bacchanal podcast. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. 5 feet apart. If you hear a cough, run away. Wear your mask. Wear your gloves. Stay safe.
Man, it is.
Peace.
All right, y'all.